Hello and welcome to Pep Talk with Dr. Ellis, your guide, your teacher, your coach, but most importantly, your friend. Thank you for being here on today being Thursday. Yeah, today is Thursday, the 25th? Yeah, Thursday, June 25th. So thank you. We're going to pick up where we left off on the personal power lessons for a better life. So personal power lessons for a better life is what we're going to pick up on. Now, we already talked about, again, if you want to be successful, study successful people and do what successful people do. Also, if you want to be a failure, just find out what people did to fail and do just that, and you'll be just fine. All right? But that's what we want to do. The scripture talks about how you must practice, practice, practice. Whether you, again, we could look at people who play sports. They practice, practice, practice. Musicians, practice, practice, practice. Let's ask yourself, let's be honest. How often do you practice on whatever you're working at? I know it's easy to say, I want to be this, I want to be that. What is it? And then if so, how often do you practice? All right? So we got to make sure we do just that. Find some folks that also have that, has the living the model, the example that you want, and then get around those folks and follow what they do. All right? Now, I told you I would start off today with the 10 key qualities, and they all start with the letter C. So we talked about that. All these 10 key qualities starts with the letter C, and with them, success is predictable. Without them, failure is. All right? So if you lack one of these 10, you definitely want to work on it so you can have the 10 complete keys in the letter C. Now, I told you already that all patterns are habits, and nobody starts off with them. But you can train yourself and develop them. So remember now, Dr. Ellis always say, you can have it if you develop the habits. It's the habits that allows you to have it, okay? So you got to make sure you understand that repetition is the mother of all teachers. Over and 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 over till it moves from your conscious to your subconscious. And when it moves to your subconscious, it becomes natural. All right? But you got to you practice and then practice the principles. And once you practice the principles, then things will start to happen for you automatically. All right? I gave you tons of scripture on Tuesday, being Joshua 1, 5, 7 through 8. I gave you 2 Timothy 1, 13. As Paul said, hold on to the pattern of the sound words that you've heard from me. I gave you Philippians 3, 16 and 17. He says, nevertheless, to the degree that we already attained, let us walk by the same rule and its same mind. So you live by the same rule and the same mind. In other words, similar actions produces similar results. All right? So that's what you want. Philippians 4 and 9, he says, what you've learned and received and heard and seen in me, he says, practice these things. Practice them over and over and over and over. 1 Timothy 4 and 8, he says, for bodily exercise profits a little, but godliness is profitable for all things, having a promise of the life that now is and that which to come. As you continue to practice on whatever you're working on in life, you'll only get, not only you'll see your life start to improve right here and now, but it also goes before you and make your future a whole lot better. All right? Now, let's start off with the first C. I told you on Tuesday I'll give you the first C of the 10 keys. The first C, you must have clarity. You must have clarity. Clarity is the starting point for all success. It means thinking clearly. It means the ability to determine exactly what you want to be, to have, to do. In life, that's what you want. Research says the top 5% are very clear. The top 5% of producers in the world are very clear on what they want to achieve in life. Unsuccessful people are unhappy and floundering in life and have a little or no sense of direction at all. Is that you? Are you clear on what you want? Then if you're clear on what you want, then you will not allow any distractions, anything to hinder you or knock you off course because you are clear on what you want. Human beings are goal-seeking organisms. We only function at our very best when we focus on accomplishing something very important to us. We only focus, at the end of the day, we're at our best when we focus on accomplishing something that's very important to us. 80 to 90% of unhappiness, depression, etc., is due to people not knowing where they are going. Wow. I got to say that again, because I was amazed when I did the research on it. It says 80 to 90% of unhappiness, depression, etc., is due to people not knowing where they are going, which is true. Because if you know where you're going, watch this, you have anticipation. You're anticipating. You have expectation. All right? What you don't have is unhappiness and depression. So it does make sense. 80, 90% of people that have depression are unhappy. If you're unhappy, it's because you're not clear on where you're going. But if you're clear on where you're going, you got to be excited. As every day you're getting closer and closer. Every practice you're getting better and better. So when you run across some family members or friends or coworkers and they're unhappy, they have no clarity. They're not clear about where they're going. They can't see themselves where they're going. All right? So they need clarity. I can give you two scriptures and we can move on. Ephesians 1, 17 through 18. You guys know I got to always go back to the good book. I think all the best books ever written came from the good book. And the good book, for those who don't know, I'm referring to is the Bible. All right? Ephesians 1, 17 through 18 says that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, may give you a spirit of wisdom and of revelation in the knowledge of him, having the eyes of your hearts enlightened, that you may know what is the hope to which he called you. That you may know. What are you talking about? Clarity. The light bulb goes off. You're enlightened. You have that, what's called that aha moment. Yeah. You have the aha moment. No longer dark now. You're in the light. John 1 and 5 says, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. One translation says, and the darkness can't even comprehend it. Get in the light. Find out, be clear of what you want. Take some time to focus. Close your eyes, meditate. Okay, what is I really want? Whether it be a career, whether it be a house, car, family, whatever it is, a certain physique, a look. What is it you want? And be clear about it. All right? And being clear about it, what allows you to focus on, and then you'll know what to go after now. All right? An old saying is this: if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. It's so true. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there because you don't know where you're going. Now, I'm down in Houston. I live in a town outside of Houston called Spring. Now, if I want to go to Dallas, Dallas is actually north, all right? It's north. But if I want to go there, I'm going to take a highway called 45 north. I can't take an I-10, Interstate 10. Interstate 10 takes me east and west, and I thought I wanted to go north. So once you find out where you want to go, then you know exactly what roads you need to take. Got it? All right. And then all I got to do is just stay on 45. After that, if I found the right road, it's just a matter of time. So find out where you want to go, get on the right road, and then stay on it. It's patience. It's going to take some patience. It's going to take some faith. All right? I got a joke for you. A man in the woods hunting some duck, I believe, lets out 4 or 5 rounds. And then he turned to his friend and say, I sure hope something good runs into that. So he doesn't have a particular aim or target he's shooting at something. He just hauls off and just start firing in the air. And then he's turning to his friend and says, I sure hope something runs into it. Chances of that happening is slim to none. But believe it or not, that's how a lot of people live their lives. Every day they're just out firing shots, but not aiming at a specific target. What's the target? What are you aiming at? And then it allows you to focus. That's why you have what's on a lot of rifles. You have what's called a scope. It allows you to focus and bring clarity all right? And then you go for it, all right? You can be the most smartest and have all the advantages in life and not focus, and you still become unsuccessful. And I've seen that happen time and time again. I've seen some of the most smartest people have all the advantages in life, but they had no focus, and they still became unsuccessful. If you don't have any clear and specific goals for your life, you are doomed to work for people who do. I got to say that again. I thought that was worth saying twice. If you don't have any clear and specific goals for your life, you are doomed to work for people who do. Only 5% of people have goals. 5%. Are you part of the 5 or are you the 95 that have goals? We'll get to that because, again, we got 10 C's. We're just on clarity now. But you know how you got to write the vision, make it plain? Have you written some goals down? And then are you working on those goals daily to bring those to pass? You must know what it is you want to have, to be, to do. All right? Or I like to put them in this order. Be, do, have. Here's why. Because you want to be it first. You want to be it first. You want to have the mindset. Let's say you want to be a millionaire. You want to already have a mindset of the millionaire. Then you want to do the things it takes to become a millionaire. Then you will have what it is that a millionaire has. It's the same thing. So you be, do, have. You have to be it first. A lot of people say, well, when I get this, then I'll be it. No, that's almost like people who win the lottery. They win millions, but they're not millionaires. You say, yes, they are. They have millions of dollars. No, but they have a millionaire mindset. So they don't be. They don't have the millionaire mindset. They must be first. Do the practice. Develop the routine. Develop the habits. And then you have it. These people just happen to have it, but they don't have the habits. And I think somewhere in the statistics, in the last time I read, was 75 to maybe 85% of people that win the lottery go broke. They don't have the habits. They just happen to have the money, but they have not developed a millionaire mentality. All right? So, you must have clarity. Psalms 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. Be still. Be clear. Sometimes you got to block out everything. Block out all the noise just to get some clarity, get a clear picture of what you want. What is it what you want? What does it look like? I was talking earlier to my wife, and I said a lot of times people say they just want to be happy. She goes, yeah, happy is a state of mind. Well, if it's a state of mind, then it's not based on things. It's based on the individual. But not only is it not based on things, but also not based on people. Many times people say, I'm not happy. They are looking at other people for their happiness. You can't do that. You can't do that. No one's responsible for your happiness but you. It's amazing people put off their happiness. Well, you know, when I get the next raise, I'll be happy. When I get the next car, I'll be happy. When I get the next house, I'll be happy. When I lose 10 pounds, I'll be happy. When I finally get a spouse, a girlfriend, or a boyfriend, or have a family, then I'll be happy. Then you missed it. Because now you prolonged your happiness when you can actually be happy right here, right now. You control the happiness. Otherwise, the very thing you put your happiness on now controls you. So even like, let's say, when I get money, I'll be happy. What if you lose the money? When I get the car, I'll be happy. What if you lose the car? See, you control that. Your happiness is not based on the outside, it's based on the inside. All right? John 8:32 says what? When you know the truth shall set you free. You can know the truth because now you're clear about what you want in life. And the minute you get clear, happiness comes in because you're clear. And once you see the picture clearly, you have those people when they can't see it clearly. What is it? You know, they're so disturbed, distraught, they're confused. What is it? I can't really see. What is it? People say, hold on, let me clear it up for you. Oh, you'll notice a smile just comes right to them right there. That's clarity. That's clarity. So people who are happy has clarity. People who are unhappy have no clarity. That's why I told you earlier that 80 to 90% of people who are depressed, all right, people who are sad, they don't see well, all right? You can have anything you want if you're willing to stop and decide what you want. What do you want? All right? You got to decide that. Matthew 7:8 says what? For everyone, listen now, for everyone who asks, receives. Everyone who asks. But you got to figure out what it is you want before you even ask. You've been to a restaurant? The waiter or waitress come? May I take your order, please? Very polite. May I take your order, please? And what do most folks say, believe it or not? I don't know what I want yet. Come back. Wow. I don't know what I want yet. Come back. So not knowing what you want creates a delay. Think about it. Not knowing what you want does create a delay. The menu's there. The person's there to ready to take your order, but yet you say, I don't know what I want. Come back. All right. So there you go. So they're off to another table, taking other folks' orders, who knows what, exactly what they want. But you've also, have you sit at the table before? As soon as you sit down, the waiter and waitress come with the menus. Say, do you know what you want? You say, I know exactly what I want. All right, so bring me 2 teas, bring me a salad, bring me boom, 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 boom. Right. Get your food in no time. Why? Because you came in knowing exactly what you want. Right. Most folks take a long time just deciding it, just deciding what they want. James 4:3 says, you ask and receive not because you ask wrong or with the wrong motives. You ask wrong. I've read a good book about leadership. I believe it's by John Maxwell. And he said, in order to get a good answer, you must ask a good question. Be a person who asks good questions, too, so you can get some good answers. Yeah. Ask good questions. Be a person who asks good questions. But ask. Asking is all throughout the Bible. Asking, ask. Do you believe it or not, most folks won't even ask? They won't even ask. James 1:6-8 says, but let him ask in faith with no doubting. With no doubting. Why? Because he has what? Clarity on what he wants. Ask in faith with no doubting. For he who does is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. When you doubt, you've just now short-circuited the system. You've just become unstable. You've just become unsure. You're not convinced. You're not convinced. So make sure that whatever you're after in life, that you're clear about what it is that you want. The old folks used to say it like this. I had a grandmother. I don't know if you had the same grandmother, but I had a grandmother that says, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Be careful what you ask for. So once again, she's saying, want to be clear. You want to be clear of what you want, all right? The next thing we want to look at is decisiveness. People are not decisive. I don't know what I want. Going back to the same menu thing at the restaurant. I don't know what I want. Then they'll ask the waiter or waitress, what do you suggest? Like they know what you want to eat. Like you got the same taste buds. What do you like? They're undecisive. All right? Never have I met a successful person who wasn't a decisive person. Successful people are decisive. They make a decision quick and fast with the information they have. They're decisive. Develop the characteristics and qualities to be. Remember I said be, do, have. Develop the quality to be. Most people are indecisive because they fear of making a mistake. Successful people are not scared of making a mistake. Here's why. Either they win or they learn, but they never lose. You only lose when you don't take the chance. You only lose when you don't make a decision. That's when you lose. See, when you can't make a decision, then you'll work for people who can. Most people won't make a decision. They'll want life to make it for them. And I don't know about you, but I'm telling you, if I'm going to go down, I'd rather go down on my own ship, not based on someone else who's navigating it for me. But the truth is, the way we think becomes a habit. The habit of indecisiveness can condemn us to failure. You could be intelligent and ambitious, but if we cannot make the hard decisions in our life and decisions readily, then we will work for people, like I said earlier, who do. 80% of decisions should be made the first time they come up. That's impressive. So the decision come up, 80% of those decisions should be made right then, right there. I don't know. Let me think about it. Right. You're not used to, nor have you developed the habit to make a decision. Remember now, it's all practice. All right? So we've got to make sure that we make those decisions the first time they come up, at least 80% of them. That will only develop a habit of decisiveness. Be clear about what you want, and it will be easy about how you are trying to accomplish it. Once again, one of the major reasons most people are undecisive is because they don't know what they want. It's just that simple. So, again, I told you, let's say I'm trying to go to Dallas. I'm down here in Houston. And an opportunity or a situation or a person comes up to me and say, hey, man, I'm getting ready to go to San Antonio. You want to ride? No, I'm good. See, I can make a decision right then and there. Why? I'm trying to go to Dallas, not San Antonio. See what I'm saying? I can make a decision right then. Why? Because I'm clear. But let's say I'm not sure about going to Dallas. Somebody say, hey, you want to go to San Antonio with me? I don't know, man. Maybe so. See, because I'm not clear about what I want. So I'm easily able to be persuaded, taken off track, all right, distracted. But once I'm clear, then yeah. Or same thing. I'm trying to go to Dallas, and let's say I don't have a car. And someone says, hey, I'm getting ready to go out of town. I say, which way are you traveling? Well, I'm going to I-45 north up toward Dallas. Hey, you mind if I ride? See, I can make the decision quick. I can make the decision quick. See what I'm saying? Because why? I'm clear about what I want. You're going the way I want to go. All right? So, let me give you two scriptures in the good book. One is 2 Kings 2:9. And so it was when they had crossed over that Elijah said to Elisha, look what he says, ask, what may I do for you before I am taken away from you? Ask. Ask, what may I do for you? Ask me. But you got to ask. I don't read minds. You got to ask. 2 Chronicles 1:7. God came to Solomon and said, ask, what shall I give you? You got to ask. The thing to do about a decision is to make one. That's what you do with a decision. You got to make one. And if they don't work, make another one. Ain't that something? If the decision you made don't work, no problem. Don't go in a corner and whine and cry about it. Find out where you went wrong and then make another decision. And if that don't work, guess what? Make another one. And if that don't work, if that don't work about 3 times, then you're probably in the wrong field anyway. And you're in the wrong field. I tried this, that didn't work. Okay, you might want to rethink this thing now. All right? So, but yeah, make another decision. Make a decision. Most folks just don't want to make a decision because they don't want to make a mistake. And you trying to not make a mistake is making the biggest decision, the worst decision you can make, is trying to worry about not making one. It's okay to make one. All successful people make mistakes, but they're not scared of making mistakes. Failures are scared of making the mistake. Matter of fact, failures are so prone and stuck on making a mistake that when they make a mistake, that causes them to do what? Stop. Because they made a mistake. I see people do it in school. I see people do it in business. I see people do it in relationships. Well, that didn't go right, so I'm done. I'm not dating anymore. Or that marriage didn't go right. I'm never going to get married again anymore. It's a big deal. You made a mistake. And make a better decision now. Make a better decision, all right? The interesting thing is if you make a decision, you gather what's called momentum. You get a little bit better. And then you start, as they say, start picking up some steam now. It's okay. Make another decision. The difference between successful people and failures is not that successful people make right decisions, but they make their decision right. That's the key. The difference between successful people and people who fail is not that successful people make all the right decisions. It's that successful people make their decision right. All right? They're going to make it right. It wasn't the right decision from the get-go, but by the time they finish it, they're going to look like it was a decision the whole time. That's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. When you start a business, the market tells you that you are crazy and will probably lose your shirt, or at least most of it. You will have to consistently revise all along the way. But the constant survival and the threat to lose your shirt is a great motivation to do what? Keep making decisions. You're making decisions all along the way. The game is constantly changing. We're in this COVID thing right now, and it's forcing a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business people to make decisions. What I got to do, how to survive, how to create opportunity, how to make the best of the opportunity, all right? How to come up with new ideas, new ways of reaching people, getting the business out there, getting the message out there. I'm out on PepTalk right now as I speak. Because of COVID. But I want to be able to reach as many people as I can through the PepTalk of coaching folks to allow them to have a better life. That's what I'm doing now. So, make the decision, all right? And last but not least, have a vision. Have a dream. You must have a dream if you want your dream to come true. You got to have one for it to come true. What is your dream? You say, well, I don't have a dream. Well, take time out to have one. I can't give you mine. No one can give you theirs. You got to have your own dream. You can fulfill your dream. Every leader has a dream. Genesis 37:5, Joseph had a dream. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Metaphysically speaking, they lose the energy, passion, and power inside. And the thrill of life, or they tone it down so low it doesn't even get them excited. So the dream is what gives you the energy, the passion, and the power, and make your life so exciting. You can't be depressed. You can't be sad. You can't be unfulfilled because this dream is still got you going. I call it the transmission that keeps your car pulling down the road. All right? The best way to predict the future is to create it. The best way to predict it is to create it. Even though the vision is in the air, the sky, or heaven, build a foundation under it to dwell and reside. Create a landing pad for it. And when you see someone who rises from poverty and obscurity, it's because they had a dream the whole time. And we hear those stories, how they slept on the floor, how they slept in the car, how they slept on the streets, how they slept from one family member house to another family member house for months, for years. I mean, I can mention people like Tyler Perry. Okay, I can mention people like Steve Harvey and others. But they had a dream, and they kept it. And sure enough, that dream itself has truly become reality. It gives you the passion, the power, and the energy to pursue it. All right? So, on Tuesday, we'll pick up again the second C, but trust me, you want to now have clarity. Clarity will get you to stop wasting time with people you shouldn't even be with. Because why? They're not going the same way. You've heard the old saying, birds of a feather flock what? Together. But make sure the birds you're flying with is going the same way you're going. All right? Hang with folks a lot like you and get around some folks who are even better than you so you can follow them to where you're trying to go. Clarity is the name of the game. Have some vision and have a dream. Be clear about it. And it'll be easier for you to make a decision on yes or no, stay or go. All right? Well, I hope and pray you've been blessed today as we're at Pep Talk. Again, lunch and learn as we feed the stomach, but also feed the stomach being the mind. All right? Again, God bless you. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye now.